You know what I want to talk about if we get to it, but the guide to neopronouns that you posted, I thought that was fucking hilarious.
The what?
Are you a person, place, or thing?
That was in the New York Times.
I couldn't believe that.
Could you believe that was in the paper of record?
Yeah.
That they've called themselves, literally the paper of record, the New York Times, and his guide to pronouns. Are you a person? Like, we were making fun of the pronouns people being like, oh, what are you, fucking Boise, Idaho? And they're like, yes, I'm Boise, Idaho. And you go, okay. Now you're just fucking with us.
Yeah, know what I was kind of thinking about it when I looked the article. I'll read you the first sentence before I go. But non-binary pronouns, often singular, they and them, have been widespread. As 2009 Pew Research study found that 1 in 5 Americans knew someone who has non-binary pronouns. A neopronoun can also be so-called a noun self-pronoun, in which a pre-existing word is drafted onto a use as pronoun. Noun self-pronouns can refer to animals, so your pronoun can be bun, bun self, and kitten, kitten self. Others refer to fantasy characters, vamp, vamp self, prince, prince self, and princess self, fess, feas, and faya self, or even just common slang like in itself.
You know what's another crazy thing is it goes, are you a person? Are you a person, place, or thing? And I'm like, wasn't the whole thing with like the most offensive thing that people were calling
a thing
was a thing? Was like someone would be like, what is that thing? And people would be like, that is so offensive.
Yeah.
Like there couldn't be a more offensive thing to call a trans person or whatever, non-binary than a thing. And then they're like, we're a thing. And you're like, okay.
Imagine going to some, it always goes back to this, but it's like, okay, I think that some of this was basically, if you think of this is just like some super, corner of the internet hipster shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what it should have stayed, like almost like some weird fucking corner of the gamer world where people doing weird shit. But then it's gotten so pushed by all the mainstream places and become untouchable that people that don't understand, like the Kamala Harrises who really don't fucking understand this or give a shit, but they go, no, you can't say this is bad. Mm-hmm. So it just got such... this nonsense.
Yeah, it was just
almost,
like untethered. It's like,
yeah.
They just go, okay, like we'll just see where they go with it. And they.
A neopronoun can be used as a word created to serve a pronoun without expressing gender, like zer. That's the old school.
It's funny because
that's the old.
It's funny because it's like they them like 5 years ago. People were like, what the fuck? And then now it's like zer is like. It's pretty reasonable considering all things considering. I think Zer is fine. Yes, sir.
Yeah, the idea of yes, sir. Going to some fucking truck driver in Buffalo, and you go. I refer to myself as kitten self, and he just punch.
I don't understand.
He just shoots himself.
Yeah, the thing is, like, I literally don't get how to use that.
Talking about.
Like, if someone goes, my pronouns are kitten self, I'm like, I don't. Like, maybe I'm just like so stupid. But I don't understand how we'd go about using that.
Okay, I agree. I kind of see what you're saying where you go, I don't understand this, but I have a hunch that it doesn't make sense, but I don't really want to take the time to understand it to know how it doesn't make sense.
I agree it doesn't make sense, but I'm saying even if you, like, what is the framework? So I said, is it like, where is he? Where is kitten self? Like, that's, you know what I mean? Like,
well, let's find out.
Like, what replaces he?
Well, for those unfamiliar... Fat boy over here.
It's like instead of saying, do you know him? Do you know kitten self? Like, I don't.
Yeah, I think so. Kittens. No, you go.
But it's like
instead of himself. Oh, he was there himself. Like, so kitten was there, kitten self. So if your pronouns were fat and boy, and then
I'm allergic to cats.
So your pronouns fat and boy and fat self. So you go.
The craziest thing is like people kind of like they made some inroads here, and then they're just. I feel like they're really setting themselves back with this shit.
It really feels like someone within the organization was like, this is going too far. Let's take this to its logical conclusion of nonsense, so everyone steps away from it. This has to be sabotage from within. That they are literally got the New York Times to post that vamp and vamp self, so you can identify as a vampire. And you go, the whole thing was before where you go, okay, I'm identifying as a girl, and people will go, they're not a girl. It's like, no, I actually am a girl, and you go,
first off,
but are you a vampire?
But yes, also,
I'm a vampire.
You could always identify as a vampire. People did. People were just like, you're crazy. But nobody stopped letting you identify. There was no point in my life where you couldn't identify as a vampire. My whole life, you could always identify as a vampire. People would be like, you're nuts. But like, sure, I don't know. Sure, it's none of my business. Like, it was always like, it was literally like, I'm a vampire. You go, That's not my business.
You do your thing.
You do your thing. And then they were like, no, you have to acknowledge I'm a vampire. And you go, okay, you're starting to encroach on my like shit here. Like you're like, I was fine with you being a vampire my whole life. And now you're saying that I have to refer to you as a vampire?
Yeah.
You're like, no.
And you got to hire me. You can't discriminate me.
You can't discriminate against vampires or werewolves. You're like, oh.
Holy shit. Yeah. Okay, so many neopronoun users are dead serious, contrary to Danny making a big fucking joke about this. Many pronoun users are dead fucking serious. And also, we're part of the online community. They are quick to react swiftly to offenses. They are deeply versed.
Are they quick to react to offenses swiftly? Would you say that, Ryan? They're quick to swiftly react to offenses? We're already getting fucking written up about this. It hasn't even aired.
Yeah,
that's how quick they are.
Well,
they're sensitive. Do tell.
That's so funny too, because then they post a link to a girl. You get written up by people that are deeply versed in this style of contemporary identity politics conversations, and then they post a link to a girl that got in trouble, like it was a good thing, and they're sort of like, this is a cautionary tale. Like this, for example, could happen to you.
You just lose all your friends and family in your job. This might happen to you if you don't identify my vampireness.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're essentially saying that. So then they link to this girl, but it's this is the New York Times, like you said.
Yeah.
So it's they're posting it, and they're like saying it academically, like, and sometimes saying that the wrong pronouns might result in some people on the internet not being very happy with you. You might be getting fired from your job. And what we might refer to as a mob.
I wonder how many fucking people straight up canceled their like physical New York Times the day they read that. They read it and go, "What is this?"
The people
queer
like
bull?
dad that's been
some
sticking
dad.
with
He goes, "This is it for me."
That has to be it.
Yeah, there was a lot of cancellations from that fucking edition.
There had to have been. This is the New York Times rubbing it in your face.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, and they go, a popular Twitch streamer who goes by Andy VGM recently apologized after tweeting that her pronouns were bad AF, which led to many neo-pronoun users to accuse her of transphobic invalidation of their identities. Because I actually am Vamp and Vamp self, and you're saying that you're bad AF, you're fucking with me. You're making some joke about this, whereas I actually am a kid.
I am bad. Yeah.
No, but yeah, they didn't believe that she.
That's the thing is like they just don't believe it.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Which
is weird because I thought the whole identity thing is like you just say it is and it is.
Well, apparently
now they're interrogating.
They thought it was in bad faith that she said bad AF, and that's there are people out there who actually identify as bad AF. There's fucking shut up. And they force you to be boomers now. They force you to be like.
But I'm like, I can't. Like,
what am I supposed to do?
I'm like, I'm laughing so hard at this and it's so absurd that I'm like, if this makes me the bad guy, I'm like, I'll just be the bad guy. I guess.
Yeah, because
this is a line where I'm like, if this makes me bad, I'm like,
yeah, they're like, okay I guess you making fun of them. They can't identify as attack helicopter. Anyways, so vamp self, and you go, I mean,
all right. Yeah, I'll take this one.
They always one up like. The classic, internet joke where it was like, whatever, the hack, like you're an attack helicopter kind of thing. And they go, conservatives have one joke. And it was like the joke that they were saying as a joke 6 months ago that you thought was a bad joke. You've left that in the dust.
Oh, big time.
Yeah. So users make their pronoun pages. So now basically what happens is every person has like a pronoun page and then you list off all your pronouns, which could include Zemzer, moon self.
And that's what, if you're a moon?
If you're a moon, yeah.
Now, are you the moon?
It's basically if you moon people. Moon. Like you moon so many people that you just identify as the moon. So I guess that would be for Keith Moon drummers and stuff like that. Yeah. But so basically what happens is, do you know how people on Instagram have like a link tree where it lists their 10 like top links or whatever? Mm-hmm. Basically what happens is now because they can't fit their pronouns on their page. So this is saying that you have a link on your page that links to your pronoun page. So when you go to someone before you talk to them, you have to go to a separate page and like see all their pronouns and basically learn a new language before you talk to them. And then, so
I didn't know Instagram was so transphobic that they won't give them enough room for their pronouns.
That is a pretty good. That's a pretty good argument. That
kind of fucked up.
Yeah, that Twitter's
It's
bio.
Facebook. It's literally Facebook and Twitter are just
they're transphobic. Star self, B self, bun self, and then they say
that's like a bun, like a bread.
Yeah, but the thing that I'm telling you that's funny, Danny. I didn't list you a bunch of different people's pronouns.
That's one person.
That's one person's pronouns.
And how are you supposed to figure out
if they're a bun or a bee?
The best part is I would love to have this conversation because they would be like maddened that we can't figure it out. They'd be like, "What?
You don't know if I'm a bun
They're
or
like,
a bee?
What don't you get?" They're like, "What?
You're not even trying.
What? Yeah, like what don't you fucking understand right now? I'm a bun sometimes. I'm a bee other times. It's pretty simple."
Sometimes I'm a bun, sometimes I'm a bee. Pretty fucking simple. You fucking idiot.
Oh, God.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, so Miss D'Angelo, who takes the non-binary references themselves, said social media discourse around neopronouns died off to some extent around 2014 before resurfacing recently. And they theorized that the increasing interest may be as a result of the coronavirus forcing people indoors. That's what, before the coronavirus, she was just bun self. Now she can be a star and a moon as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so being neurodivergent,
I tend a picture of her or them. In this?
I think so, but I just copy and paste them onto my document, so I don't actually pull the article up.
I'd love to see that pic.
No, what I was thinking I might start doing is taking articles and then highlighting parts instead of reading off here, but I'm not sure yet. This seems to be working for me okay.
Yeah.
But okay, so one thing that they said, that neopronouns are prominent among communities of young people who identify as neurodivergent, which include diagnoses or descriptions like Asperger's or autism. So, I mean, your words, not ours.
Yeah.
A lot of people in the neopronoun community are autistic.
Are autistic. That I actually fucking believe.
Being neurodivergent, I don't know what that means, but... They like their big words, man. This is New York Times. Loves the big words. I tend to perceive how a word makes me feel rather than just seeing the word. The noun self user, gum13. This person's a piece of gum.
Just one or 13?
Gum self. Wrote, it's a piece of gum, but they're 13 years old, from what I understand. I wrote in a direct message on Twitter. I choose... All right, ready for this? The noun self user, gum, wrote, so their noun is gum, and the pronouns they choose are bink bonk.
This person's 13?
I don't know if that's true or they're gum 13. I'm having trouble. I don't know if they're saying they're gum and they're 13.
So is bink 13?
No,
is it bonk?
No, you're a fucking idiot. So their noun is gum, but if you're saying their they is bink.
Oh, so Bink went to
so instead of they, them.
Bink went to the gum.
Yeah, so if you go, I was hanging out with Bonk.
Oh, gotcha.
So, but if you go, his name is Gum.
Oh, I was hanging out. No, it's not his name.
Bink's name is, or Bink's noun, but the noun is Gum.
What's your noun mean?
So noun...
It's not your name.
I'm not sure, but they're Bink Bonk.
Bink Bonk.
And you have to be fucking with me now, New York Times.
Was this on April Fool's by any chance?
I choose Bink Bonk. Imagine this was New York Times.
The most base New York Times being like, yeah, it's a big old joke. We're going back to the old shit.
I choose Bink Bonk pronouns because they remind me of clowns. That's what they said. So they remind me of a clown. Clowns and Harlequin dolls, and they make me happy. So you're literally like, you go, I like clowns, so my pronouns are going to be Bink and Bonk.
You know what would be a sick YouTube series? These people describing their pronouns to Vietnam veterans. Just shaking. They've seen so much crazy shit, and they're like just drinking. You go, yeah, tell me about your pronouns.
Yeah, new YouTube series.
They remind me of clowns. They make me happy.
No, them. I've got a better one. Them describing their pronouns to members of the Taliban.
As they're just sharpening their knives.
And it's it's under the premise of see if we can bridge the divide. I know you think that Americans are all crazy and we have such a cultural divide, but let's see if we can, let's see if we can find some common ground today. Anyways, this is Bink Bonk. This here's a B and this is a bun.
You're a B?
This is a B, and then he goes, hi, B. Oh, so just switch. She's a bun now.
You're a bun now.
You're a bun?
You're a bun now?
Oh, you're a bun or B?
I thought you were a B.
But there's actually some limits. Apparently, there is some limits. Neopronoun users have shut down the notion of using terms related to Black Lives Matter, like BLM as neopronouns, arguing that it's inappropriate for people to identify. So you can't identify as a Black Life Mattering.
Can you be black?
Well, some people were saying their pronouns are BLM, Asian LM or whatever.
They're just like pronoun flair is what it feels like.
That's what it is.
It kind of feels like it's
a little
like,
bit of flair.
It's just like a little flair. You're like, you just want to soup up your pronouns a little. So you just like add a little, you go, hey, a little, add, like, it's
That's
like, it's almost
accurate.
like a visual. Like you go, there's a bee flying around. There's like some color.
That's exactly what it is. It's a little bit of flair for your name.
For your pronoun.
That's what I was sort of saying. It's like some hipster shit.
This is like neo hipster.
The type of girl that wears like wacky hats. Wacky. It's all wacky.
It's the
fucking.
on Crocs, how you can like get the little baubles for the Crocs that you can like all the different ones. It's like that for
it's
your
Croc baubles.
Croc baubles for your for your pronouns.
For your life. Yeah. Others have claimed that using "fey" as a neopronoun is culturally appropriate from pagan communities. This claim.
Oh yeah, those pagan communities, they've been unfairly derided for so many years.
Why? What do you mean?
I don't know. What pagan communities?
They're saying they were like that's a problem that they're culturally appropriating pagans.
It hasn't existed in like fucking what pagan communities? There's none.
Yeah. You're saying what the fuck are they talking about?
They're like literally like, oh, they're stealing from witches. You're like, what witches?
My pronouns are witch watch.
Witch watch.
Yeah, it is. I do feel like if you go on the line and you go, my pronouns are this, it does feel like kind of like
this used to be
corny
like
joke.
Halloween fodder. Like right around Halloween, you'd get some like little quirky article like this coming out.
It's spooky. This article's very
spooky or something, and you're like, oh, witches back, and you're like,
there will always be people that in real life will have some negative things to say, like Danny, who doesn't take this shit seriously. They know nothing about your personal experience, and they have no business policing your identity. So if you're trying to police Bink, Bonk, or Bun,
yeah.
Bzzz, do you think they buzz when they come in?
It's funny because they're like, they don't want the policing the identity, but they do want it enforced.
Yeah,
they don't want the identity policed, but they do want someone to enforce the identity.
They want the police. They do want identity.
They want it policed.
They want
on their
police.
side. They want it. We want identity police. We just want to be in charge of them. We don't want them to be like being used against us. We want to use them against people.
It's very accurate.
Yeah. It's like,